APC on the road to destruction in Ebonyi State. Fellow compatriots, we have called you today as we address this World Press Conference to bring the attention of Ebonyians, party faithfuls, and the whole world to happenings in the party in Ebonyi State. You will all recall that on 22nd of September 2021, we raised an alarm and petitioned the national leadership of the party on the activities of Chief Stanley Okoro Emeya, who was not a registered member of APC before he was appointed a caretaker chairman and is presently superintending his election for the position of state chairman of APC in Ebonyi State, which our candidate, Alhaji Dr. Harun Ebonyi is a leading contestant. We told you earlier that part of their rigging plot was the facilitation of the reappointment of the Idato-led Congress Committee. Chief Stanley Okoro Emeya and his cohorts ensured the appointment of Chief Idato, who has been doing the hatchet job for them to conduct today's state congress. Chief Stanley Okoro Emeya had vowed to use his position to prevent anyone from contesting against him, and this he demonstrated by sending his thugs to chase us away from the party secretariat when we went to purchase the nomination form for our candidate. The committee is sent from Abuja to sell forms in Ebonyi State, went underground on the orders of Chief Emeya. Following the intervention of Governor Malabuni, we were able to secure our nomination form. As we are talking to you now, we do not know the whereabouts of the national committee sent to conduct the Congress in Ebonyi State today, and we are using this video to declare them wanted. Chief Okoro Emeya had yesterday, 15th of October 2021, convened a meeting where he invited his fellow ex-members of the PDP, their family members, and co-travelers, where they purportedly reached a consensus to adopt him, Chief Stanley Okoro Emeya, as the sole candidate for the state chairmanship position of the party, and also directed the local government chairman to hire people that will camouflage as party members and bring them into the stadium, which is venue for their purported congress for ratification of their decisions. These decisions were taken without the consultation of political stakeholders like Dr. Ebonyi, who is a founding member and father of APC, having been a national chairman of one of the major parties and led the major talks during the formation of APC, but presently the minister representing Ebonyi State at the Federal Executive Council. The actions of Chief Stanley Okoro Emeya, who is an appointee of Governor Mahi and presently superintending over the conduct of the State Congress, which he happens to be a contestant. His actions led to the conduct of parallel congresses at ward and local government levels. Our candidate, Alhaji Dr. Harun Ebonyi and his supporters have been receiving death threats from these people because of our resolve to fight for justice. We want to tell the whole world to hold Chief Stanley Okoro Emeya responsible should anything happen to our candidate or any of his supporters. The imposition of unpopular people on our party is being fueled by the 2023 presidential ambition of those who joined us recently, and this has thrown the party into crisis and confusion, which, if not urgently arrested, will lead to the destruction of the party. We therefore advise our numerous supporters to remain law-abiding and steadfast to the ideas of the party, as the national leadership of the party under Governor Malabuni looks into our petition. This Ozonwoke, the National Coordinator of OHAZIRI Renaissance Movement, and Alhaji Mohammed Meina, National Secretary of OHAZIRI Renaissance Movement, and the DG of OHAZIRI Renaissance Movement, Ebonyi State Chapter, Chief Alex Okemi. Thank you all.
We just want to interact with you as it is now, to let you know about the negativity of what happens in Ebonyi State from our planned APC State Congress today. But unfortunately, as we have been informed, while we're preparing and also getting ready for this State Congress today, as the incoming chairman of the party ordained by God, we suddenly learned that there will be no Congress, there will be no election, because there have been an imposition of a person against the will of the party APC faithfuls in Ebonyi State. And we're told that approaching that venue will cause us some embarrassment and harassment. And we have raised the alarm, just as I said. Danger alarm. Danger signals. Because as law abiding, we don't want to take the law into our hands. We want to ensure peace. We thought of organizing parallel Congress for this negative and ugly scenario. But on a second thought, these parallel congresses have been, as you personnel will hear, Kanu is not in order, Osho is not in order, Edo is not in order, Jigawa is not in order, Why is not in order, and they are all organizing parallel congresses. We thought of doing this, but we felt that irrespective of the social class, the ideology and the political camps in APC will remain one indivisible family that we can just peacefully tell the whole world about these negativities, because I know the leadership of the party at national level are very, very reasonable, very, very what do I call it? Very, very disciplined, very, very credible, and they have listening ears. They are always attentive. Like I rightly said, this is not the intervention of the governor of Yobe State, who is the national chairman. The form to Ebonyi State was already hijacked. We have gotten our own form, but we have the form. We fill the form. We were told to wait for the screening committee that will come, where we are going to submit our forms duly filled. The screening was made to take place on 3rd and 4th of this month, prior to the Congress date today. But we didn't see any of the Congress committee members in Ebonyi State. We did our research and we knew what happened. So what I meant that there was no screening. There was nobody to be seen anywhere. If you say that the committee was hijacked, we will not be making an overstatement. But then we believe that because we trust on the federal government under the leadership of President Muhammad Buhari, so we urge our members to remain calm, remain peaceful, and let us see how justice is not going to be brought to the table of those who stand for justice. We believe we are the right people for this position, and we believe we mean well for Ebonyi State, and we believe that the leadership of the party will not allow these jumps happening all over the places to stand. For us, it is not over until it is over, and we believe at the right time the leadership of the party will know who the cap for the chairmanship of the party fits in Ebonyi State, irrespective of the gambling and the jamboree that is being celebrated around as party activities. So, for the interest of peace and to secure the life and the life of our supporters and ourselves, we have decided to grant this press conference for the world to hear about us. If they claim there was zoning, that rule, as far as I'm concerned, was inconsequential, because in administrative law is what we call consultative procedure, and at least to justify natural justice, you cannot pass a judgment on somebody without hearing from the person. So I remain a candidate, I remain a contestant, irrespective of what anybody has claimed. And this is a mandate of the people. You do not have to impose a candidate of the will of the people, against the will of the people, because you have ulterior motive. So we disown whatever is said to be zoning, because we believe in consensus as the party provides, but also must be through collective convention of the leadership of the party. Just as the press conference indicated, His Excellency Dr. Ebonyi, the Honorable Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation of the Republic of Nigeria, was not part of whatever had been said to be done in the APC family of the state. And on a good note and good authority, he was not consulted and had not been consulted. The only time he attended the stakeholders meeting was when he was duly invited. So the invitation that is circulating possibly on the media is nothing but a propaganda and name dropping to justify whatever illegality anybody wants to endorse. But we are not part of it, and we reject it in totality. So I welcome you, gentlemen of the press, and wish that you will carry a message to all corners of the world, so that the world will know that APC in Ebonyi State needs a rescue, and we are here to attend to the rescue mission and mandate. Thank you. Yes.
Yes. So are you asking the national leadership to cancel today's Congress?
There is no election. Congress was proposed today, proposed for today. But I'm telling you that there is no election going on. If you go to the stadium now, it is jamboree. People are beating bands and dancing. The situation where delegates were put aside, and then local government were asked to mobilize 1,000 persons to come and celebrate at the stadium, does not indicate that there was any election going on. If there was election, that would happen. So the leadership should take note of this. And like as I've said, it is subject to be revisited. Even if it means cancellation, we call for it. We will not shy away from it. But we need due process, rule of law to take place in our life, because this government has come to fight corruption, and corruption is at every facet. This can be tend to be a political corruption, and we are against it, and it must be fought.